Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome. It's Monday morning, which means we're here for Chronically Illing Out. This is Sick of This Shit Publications. I'm Nick Paro, not your dad, joined by all my friends. Oh my God, it moved all of us again. I was trying to have Fiona in the middle, our guest. Just give me a second. This wants to be weird today. Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good
I'm Nick Paro.
morning.
I am joined by my friends. I'm going to skip Fiona for a second. Doc Steph, our chronic migraine and CPS sufferer. Good morning, Steph.
Good morning. Nice to
We've
see
got.
you all.
It's nice to see you too, Steph. Beth. We've got Beth Cruz, Time for Life,
Good
chronic
morning.
illness sufferer of many illness with us. Beth, how are you today?
I'm well. Good to be back. Good to see everybody.
Good to have you with us. And then back with us this week, who is not feeling quite as sick as she was last week, is Soso. Welcome, Soso. Where is spring? It's pretty cold in Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
exactly. This
how are
this is
you?
why I said where is spring? And hi everyone. I'm looking. There's a lot of really lovely comments right away. Hi, good morning, Nick, Fiona. It's nice to have you with us, and Stephanie and Beth.
And with that, too, we have a special guest joining us today. She was going to be our guest a couple weeks ago. We had some technical issues, and we now have her back. Is Fiona Bridges, who is a healthcare social worker, Appalachian, and I may say it differently. I apologize if you like it as Appalachian versus Appalachian. I grew up in New England where it's Appalachian, and so I say it that way. Is Fiona Bridges a blue dot in an Appalachian area? And I'm excited to have you and get to talk to you. Fiona, do you mind introducing yourself to everyone? Say a little bit about yourself if you have any chronic illnesses that you're willing to share. If not, you're also a healthcare social worker, so you get to work with folks like us who have chronic illnesses, probably quite a bit. And so it's really exciting to have you here with us.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm really excited about being here today. I'm Fiona Bridges. I'm a social worker at a hospital. I right now I'm currently the complex system social worker, so I do a lot of really complex cases. I am about to transfer over to behavioral health, so that'll be a little bit different. But right now I'm still in that role. I've been a hospital social worker for 12 years, working on the medical side and behavioral health. I also I'm on the spectrum, ADHD, undiagnosed, other things, but definitely have some sensory, some sensory stuff. I just haven't gone through. I started to go through some of the diagnosing stuff. It's a lot as an adult to have to go and get diagnosed when you weren't diagnosed when you were younger. But I definitely struggle with ADHD, anxiety, sometimes bouts of depression, and then I also raise a son who is on the spectrum and has ADHD. So those are some of the things that we deal with.
Well, it's good to have you, Fiona.
Thank you.
It's another ADHD sufferer, or know-hower who's navigating life and as an adult. And you just said you haven't been medicated or formally diagnosed for ADHD.
Correct.
I only got formally diagnosed a few years ago, like 5, 6 years ago, maybe a little longer now. I've known I've had it forever.
Yes.
How do you think that's affected you? And like, we're just going to jump into a question here. Is how do you think that's affected you as an adult? What age range are you in? You don't have to give your exact age if you don't want.
I'm pretty open about that. I started this Substack because of my age. I turned 40 this last year. I'm going to be turning 41 in May.
Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you. I would say as an adult, I didn't know as a child, as a teenager, why I was dealing with the things that I was dealing with. Now as an adult, being a social worker, learning all of this stuff, it's good to see like every small thing that I deal with, how it's incorporated in this ADHD diagnosis. But it affects my personal relationships. It affects my anxiety and depression. It affects. I overcompensate a lot at work to keep it from affecting me, but I guess in that way, it's affecting my professional life too because of how much I overcompensate to make sure that it doesn't cause problems in my work.
Do you think it would be easier if you were properly medicated for yourself to be able to navigate? I know you've never had the experience of being properly medicated as someone who has ADHD. Do you think there might be a change that would be positive if you could get that done? Because it is annoying to go through the process. It's just annoying to go through it as an adult.
I started last year. I had an appointment. I did the whole assessment and everything. But when it came down to it, I kind of freaked out about the medication because being 40 years off of it, I was scared, and I think that's what keeps me from going. Is my fear of my personality being affected, of my creativity being dampened. Like there's so many things that I'm scared about it happening, and I don't. I know that people who say that they're medicated, that doesn't happen, but there's some that do, and I guess I'm just afraid. But yeah, it would probably. My son was on medication for a while. He actually asked to come off of it last year. He said he didn't like the way it made him feel, so we've been trying a little bit off medication, and he has really stepped up a lot to try to bridge the gap with some of the stuff that the medication helped with, but it really didn't help his grades. And he said he felt like he was a zombie while he was on it. He was hyper focusing on everything. But one day, I used to be on Wellbutrin for a while, and I accidentally he had a small amount of Focalin, and it was in the same bottle as my Wellbutrin, and it was almost like right next to each other. So one day I took my Wellbutrin, I went about my day, and I realized I was being so affected in everything that I was doing. I wasn't stressing. Everything was just so easy. And at the end of the day, I was like, man, I got so much done today. I feel so different. And then the next morning, I realized I'd accidentally taken his afternoon dose of Focalin. I went and told my therapist that I was like, I think this medication would actually help me. So I had that one experience, but so I'm sure it was a lot.
Would for your son, was he on a stimulant or a non-stimulant version for like a methylphenidate? Do you mind?
Concerta.
Or Concerta? Oh, okay. I've actually had a bad reaction to Concerta too. So I have ADHD and I'm medicated for it. And I take methylphenidate for it. And so does my son who has ADHD also. And we found that that's a better version, at least for him and for me, for the way it at least reacts to us, than some of the other medication types. And again, I didn't read it off, but I will make sure that I do here before we go any further into this discussion. Let me just get to
disclaimer.
Let me get to our disclaimer portion here real quick before we get too far into.
And when we're done with the disclaimer, Nick, we have someone in the chat Fiona, when Nick is done, could you share with us why you are wearing the mask?
What people are disappointed that I just sort of skipped over that part and didn't even ask. I was gonna let it roll until like the very end when people are like, "Oh, why is the mask there?"
Sorry.
Anyway, no, you're good, Beth. It's okay. I saw the comment too, and I was gonna ask so that we could get that out because I want to know the full story too. But. Our disclaimer for the morning, it's a little late. I got to get used to putting this out as like one of the first things we say. All right. quick disclaimer for everything, especially while we're talking about ADHD and medication and things like that. Chronically Illing Out is a podcast and weekly roundtable discussion that provides a safe space for real chronic illness and mental health conversations by people with lived experience. We in the podcast are not trained professionals. We do not claim to be. Rather, we discuss our stories and current events to build community and solidarity. Know that you are not alone. And if you are in crisis, call or text 988. Do not DM us. Do not message us. Call or text 988 and get the help and support that you actually need, because those people can and will help you. End of the disclaimer. We, as in the four of us who are your normal co-hosts, are not practicing trained professionals in any sort of medical or health field. We do have a healthcare social worker with us, Fiona Bridges, who is sharing her experiences and life stories as well. Just remember, we're not prescribing anything. We're not telling you to go get anything. We're just giving our experiences, and you can use them in your life if you want to or not. Anyway, sorry. I know the disclaimer is sort of awkward, but it's necessary.
Ooh, Zupal has a good idea. You could make a voice recording.
Yeah.
You're right. I probably should, Zoo. That's a great idea. I'll do that. I can probably do that after the show and just add in a little sound bit as part of our intro screen. Like add another scene that's just a 30-second or disclaimer that just says, here's the disclaimer body. Here, it auto reads it for us based on something I've done. Great. Thanks, Sue. You guys are awesome.
Could you do it like Star Wars, like where it's like the disclaimer is like?
Oh, I thought you meant like
green.
Well, you could do it Darth Vader style. Yeah, you could do that.
I totally vote for Star Wars.
I probably could. I probably could do the scrolling text like Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'll make sure it's on a different background though, so that it's not copyright infringement. Maybe we'll do it scroll backwards so that it actually reads the disclaimer in reverse for you. Something like Spaceballs style would do. Or have it upside down text where it's scrolling from the top.
Spaceballs is like my favorite movie from when I was
have it scroll sideways across the screen, reverse with the text in reverse, so you have to read it word by word as it's going.
Before it gets to
do
the screen.
Gosh, we could.
I love it.
Man, we could have some fun with the disclaimer. Have it a reverse karaoke. Anyway, back to our discussion.
We could all sing it. Oh, yeah.
That's coming up. I'm super excited about that. Speaking of karaoke.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll wait till he gets back to tell the story about my mask. I did want to read, as Zupal said, much like X-Men superheroes who have to learn to manage the detriments of their superpowers. That's how I look at my ADHD. I can appreciate how it's a tool and how it can be problematic for me and others now that I know about it. So that's another thing that I wanted to touch on about Nick's question about medication. I know for a fact that parts of my ADHD that I suffer with, the things that actually help me, they have brought me success. Like I'm able to work the way that I do at work because of my ADHD. I'm able to hyper focus on things and get things done.
Yeah.
Because of my ADHD. I'm so afraid that I will lose all of those things that have brought me success. Which I'm not saying, and I don't know for a fact that they would. They probably wouldn't, but that is one of the things I'm scared of. So that I'll lose my superpowers, as Zupal said.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. And from my experience, only from my experiences, getting on medication, stopping using my medication, different times throughout it, because I played around with it too, because I wanted to know if I would lose that superpower. Like hyperfocus can be a superpower if it's done right and if you use it safely. What I think I found for me is it didn't remove the ability to hyper focus.
Okay.
It let me take a break during that hyper focus
Yeah.
when I needed it.
Yes. Yeah. Let's talk about that. I call those my bubbles. It's when I get in like a writing, I'll be writing something or I'll be doing a craft. I really like working with macrame. I've made that like very large macrame projects, and I can't stop. Once I start working on those projects, I've been in a macrame bubble for 6 hours, where I wasn't taking a break.
I love it.
Getting water, and when I'm done,
Oh,
you know, you feel like my legs are hurting, my hands are aching, I feel tired, I'm hungry, and I don't feel good. My macrame project looks amazing, but after like 2 hours, if I'm not taking a break, I start making mistakes. I have to start over. Like it's not. It does. It because if you don't stop yourself and make yourself take those breaks, it's not helpful. Same way with writing. I've been in front of a computer writing. Before I know it, my sugar's low. I'm shaking because I haven't given myself a break.
mm,
If any of y'all have experienced that kind of creative burst,
yes. Yes.
and then the subsequent after.
The come down, it's almost like being on a drug where there's a high at times when you're off your medication. And that hyper focus is the fix that you need for a while, and then your body comes down from it and you feel like shit.
Yeah.
Is like when I get done hyper focusing, I get sick. I start like
Mm,
well for a day or two, like my body decompresses because it's like, oh shit, you did something that it shouldn't be doing. Here's your reward. You get sickness for 2 days.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like my whole life has been until the last couple of years that like
mhm.
I was hyper focused on everything. So I was like this like super competent executive function, like superstar. And I wonder, this has just popped into my head, whether it actually is hyper focusing and part of why I feel like crap a lot of the time. I don't know. Just a thought.
Mm, yeah.
A lot of energy out of me when that's happening. And another thing that happens sometimes when I'm at work and I get elevated when I'm just jumping from one task to the next and not allowing myself breaks. When I get off work, it feels like I should be here, but I'm way up here, and I'm just like it's hard to describe it except for feeling elevated. That's how I've described it. And you know, I guess when people say they have to come down and wind down before bed or when they come, like that wind down is almost impossible. Once you get so elevated, it almost feels impossible to come down. Sometimes.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Fiona, you have story time for us real quick.
Yes.
About the mask.
Yes.
We've been asked, and I do want to know what's with the mask.
Yeah. So, like I said, I am a healthcare social worker. I want to use my Substack for a few different things. I write a personal blog where I talk about my relationships, and I also talk a bit about work. And so to be able to share some of the stories that I do, I'm staying anonymous because I don't want people to know what hospital I work at. I don't want to know, those are just things that I would like to keep to myself. So I'm writing under a pen name and keeping my identity secret, at least right now. I am writing a book under this name. I feel like for right now, it's just easier for me to share about things staying anonymous in a way. So this mask is what I found online, and it covers my face and it's cute. So that's why I chose it. It has no special meaning. It's just a mask. It is a little itchy though.
I like it.
I like it too. I
Like
mean,
it.
there's others like Opinionated Ogre who just do like sock puppets, or God and
Mhm.
Muses who do animations. And I think it's really
Mhm.
cool all the different ways that people figure out how to stay more anonymous.
Yeah.
And then there's us who are just like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, come for me.
Come
Come
for me.
on.
I would,
Motherfucker, come at me. Sorry, I said a word I shouldn't have. I apologize to everyone in my fan base, and I will police myself better on my word choices. Come at me, motherfuckers.
Well, yeah.
yeah.
Hold on. Let me switch Beth for a second. We're gonna customize her window or mirror you.
We're going to talk about my love of birds for a moment. And because I love birds so much, I have a special bird today.
Oh, sure.
There we go.
We're gonna fuck off, everybody. While I wave my last fuck to give.
Oh, that's awesome. I want one.
I got it at a punk rock show, and it was from a group that it's a charity called Punk Rock Saves Lives, and they donate to suicide prevention causes, and they work with suicide prevention, and they gave everyone these little laser done fucks, and I got 2 during the day, but I only had I can only ever have 1 fuck to give, so I had to give one away while I was at the show.
I love it. Here's my fuck. I'm giving it to you.
I did. I even said that to someone. I was like, "Here's my second to last fuck to give. I'm giving it to you."
I'm giving it to you. You need it more than I do.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
I have a
like none. So I have nothing. I was looking around like, I show anything? No, I got no fucks.
Zero fucks.
No fucks.
I believe I still have my jar of fucks, but I think I think my jar of shit, all the little words that say shit. But again, you don't give those away when you don't give a shit. I said it before. You know,
We just need people to suck less. Just suck less, and you'll feel better. Just suck less. Drink more water too, if you want. 32-ounce water bottle available at Sick of This Shit Publications on the shop right next to Stephanie's head. You can get your own 32-ounce metal water bottle that says "Just suck less" with Sick of This Shit Publications. They are FAA compliant, so you can bring them onto an airplane. We know this because our friend Eric Lulov has done it, and you can bring them on an airplane. So enjoy your Just Suck Less water bottle with Sick of This Shit Publications, and not so subtly remind your friends around them and people around you that they need to just suck less.
Well, now that ICE is going to be at the airport, you
need these water bottles now.
Oh yes, yes. Travel.
We need a lot of these water bottles out there so that if and when you are traveling,
you
can tell ICE to just suck less. Scandalize them with the Just Suck Less water bottles, because what are they going to do? Get offended?
And wear your shirt. That's what
I'll tell you how I really feel about them in a different show. That's not what we do here.
So I wanted to. The other reason why I wear the mask is because my husband. I talk a lot of shit about my husband on my blog, and I told him I'd stay anonymous since I was talking so much shit about him. But one day it might bring me a mass amount of wealth and fame. And if that happens, I'll have him to thank, and I'll get to take my mask off.
Doesn't any good comedian have a spouse that they sometimes talk shit about?
Yeah, that's a lot of what my blog is focused on. So it's a very personal blog. And that's one of the, I know we were going to talk a little bit about finding ways to be creative. I didn't know if you wanted to.
Yeah, go right into it. This is a great transition there.
Yeah. So that's what I started. I started Substack at the end of 2024 as a way to like try to fit. Me and my husband were going through a lot of challenges. We're trying to start therapy and figure out how we were going to stay together, really, because living with anybody is hard. And I had I had been the one in the relationship focusing on the relationship, and it felt like I was the only one. So at the end of 2025, I basically gave my husband an ultimatum and said, you're gonna have to get your shit together, or next year I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do. And so year to focus on myself, to focus on my happiness and my growth, and try to go after the things that I want to go after, and not focus so much on this relationship. And by doing that, I have, and by us working together with therapy and me focusing less on all of that stuff, it's just been a game changer. Putting all of those emotions and things and processing through writing. I found that not only could other people relate to what I was going through in my marriage and my life, but it helped me. I found that I would write a blog, and then me and my husband would have a conversation, and I was so much better in that conversation because of already having processed it. So yeah, it's just writing, drawing, everything. I've been focusing on all of that, and it's helped. The creative side helped, I think, with the depression, the anxiety, and just getting out of my head. I don't know if y'all feel the same way. When you're in your head, if you just get it out on paper somehow through some kind of artistic means, it's a good release.
It is. They say creativity is the antidote to anxiety.
I believe it.
I totally believe it. Yeah. Oh.
I'm muted.
I am
I'm
at the
updating
same.
I'm
same
updating the
crossroads.
water bottle while we're doing this, so that the Sick of This Shit publication's name is just a little bit clearer on it. So everyone, if you're going to order a water bottle, I'll drop the link here soon, but I'm updating it with a new design, just for the name, so that it's a little easier to read Sick of the Shit publications on it. And I changed the QR code that's on there so that it's vertical, so that it's more easily scannable. I think I might have done that. We'll see. We'll see what happens, y'all. This is Sick of the Shit publications. We don't know what happens until we do it. That's just our life, because I'm ADHD as shit, and I don't know what I'm doing until I'm doing it half the time. And normally it's a good thing that I'm trying to do. And so I'm just gonna keep it going, y'all. On a side note, thinking about creativity.
Squirrel.
Well, not on a side note. Yes, squirrel. We actually yell that in our house sometimes at ourselves.
Yes, we do.
And our children,
Same here.
while we're squirreling. So don't feel alone if you do that to your kids too. Shit, now I just fucking lost all of my brain. ADHD, it doesn't like me.
That's what we say in our
It's
house.
a new song.
Every time it does touch our lives, that's the song I go, ADHD. That's my.
I'm so glad we all sing and just sing to ourselves in random shit.
I'll have a few things to say about singing later, because we have something planned with Fiona, but it's just, let's talk about it at the end. All right.
Yeah, I think that's great. I like that. Oh, wow. We did get ourselves off track there. Creativity.
Okay, have we ever not gotten ourselves off track?
No.
Well, singing is creative because you can change the way you sing, and and it's. I love what you said about putting it into action, Stephanie. That anxiety is the best way to deal with it is you don't stay paralyzed. So can you imagine if you do something that's very creative? It's like you're doing both. You're just not thinking about being creative. You're actually. Anyways, sorry, I'm just.
Well,
Blah.
when you get creative, you're like all like it takes all of your focus, so you don't have like the energy to focus on how anxious you are.
Yeah. And I find when your hands are moving, it helps your brain clear out the mess. I know that sounds silly, but it almost like shovels out the shit if your hands are moving. I don't know why I feel like that. Y'all relate to that?
Yeah, totally. And all of the thing I used to knit and now I don't, and I used to paint and now I don't, and I used to draw, I mean badly, but now I don't, and I'm wondering whether I need to get back to that. But first, I have to like pack up my house and throw away half my shit. So that's my hands moving, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. I think the spring cleaning, the purges are good too for the soul.
Yeah, and hope that the world doesn't explode before I move to Maine, or maybe it should, because then the prices in Maine will go down.
Oh, Beth, my mom wanted to let you know something. I just got a text from my mom during the show because I know she's in the chat too. Is the CCWF that she's talking about in the chat, if you missed it, is caw motherfucker. I need a shirt that says caw motherfucker. My mom's really funny too. Like, I get my dry sense of humor from my parents.
I love it.
And
I love it.
So if you didn't know where I get my humor from, it's from my mom and dad, who are very dry and sometimes sarcastic and a lot of fun. And yeah,
Shout out to Grammy Phil.
They suck less, and they taught me to do better.
Nice.
I find creativity works really well too. I came on this platform after losing my job.
There we go.
In the tech field, and I came on and I wrote poetry, and which is an unexpected thing that I had never really done before. I had written music. I went to school for music theory and composition, so I've written music before, but I've never written poetry behind it specifically. And I did, and people seemed to like it. And it helped me process too what was going on and everything that was happening. And so I think that's been I think creativity does a lot of good.
I'll always remember, Nick, because that's when I kind of noticed, at first we're all like reading stuff, and you had written that poem about how fiber reminded you of thunder, or was that after we discussed? Anyway, so that's how we kind of connected about fibro first, and then I think you were in that, you had a series of poem about fibro, so.
Yeah, I have that. I could read some of those series too again, is about what the fibro feels like. And I'll pull that up while we're talking, and I'll just read one of the poems.
Yeah.
Some of us have been going through some of our flares a lot recently, and that's kind of what happens when the seasons change, unfortunately for us.
That's what we talked about last week.
Yeah. And so maybe Fiona, for like how you're managing too during the changing of the seasons, what are you doing to help yourself with? Do you get seasonal flares, and how do you manage them?
Yeah, the weather change affects me. I'm in the southern Appalachia, so the weather change has a big effect on my physical health. And I've always had some chronic pain. It's never been to the point where I've had to get on medication. It's funny, I've actually had the chronic pain since I hit puberty. It's something that I dealt with as a teenager, especially in my legs and my hips. And if I don't get enough sleep, if I don't get enough water,
Mm.
those are when that
Mhm.
kind of flares up.
Yeah.
But I find that also having a standing desk at work and moving a lot helps with those flares. I've never been diagnosed with anything. I had a doctor give me some vitamin B once and said, try that like 15 years ago. But as far as the seasonal changes, man, it never fails. And we're at that point in the season where it's 30 degrees when you wake up, it's 70 degrees when you get out of work, it's 50 degrees when you go to bed, and it's 30 degrees when you get up. So it's not just changing day to day, it's changing hourly. And the pollen is already kicking its ass here. So I'm just taking Zyrtec and trying to sleep as much as I can and drink lots of water.
I have a problem drinking enough water, and I don't know how to get better at it. Anyone has any suggestions? Like, I totally need to be better hydrated, but I'm also on a GLP-1, which like makes you not thirsty.
Yeah, I never thought about how it could also, I guess, tamper down those cravings for the other things that you need, like water.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm chronically underhydrated.
I really like the drip drop electrolyte. I find that it helps me at least if I put one of those in a big thing of water or the liquid IV. Just a little bit of extra flavor. I'm seeing if I can find one in here, but I think I took them all out.
I do the lemonade, like the Crystal Light lemonade packets or stuff too.
Well, I always put tea bag in my water, so I buy tea. But there's also these electrolyte things called Buoy. They're crazy expensive, but I use other electrolyte.
There's like those
too.
Mio.
Okay, Patrick in the chat, just going to remind you real quick. Coffee is water, just with bean flavoring in it. It's just dirty. It's just dirty water. It's bean flavored water. So it's
bean
okay
flavored
to drink
water
coffee because you're drinking water at the same time. You are hydrating. And yes, caffeine is a dehydrant or dehydrator, and it helps.
And you can drink it out of your mug.
And it's going to make you go to the bathroom, and it's going to do other things to you. If you drink too much coffee, it'll just flush your system out, which isn't always a bad thing either. Like, go drink your coffee. Yeah, and if it's too late in the day, go drink your decaf. And for those who might want the water bottle, I did drop the link in the chat for the Just Suck Less water bottle. That is a great way to get hydrated throughout the day too, is carry a 32-ounce water bottle with you wherever you go to remind people to just suck less while you're drinking from it, and it reminds you to drink. And it does have the new design for the with sick of the shit publication, so it's a little bit clearer, and the QR code is vertical so that it's very easy to scan for anybody who wants to. That links, I believe, here to Substack for people to be able to subscribe to the publication. So come join us if you already aren't joining us. Smash the heart if you're with us. Is it plastic safe? It's a metal water bottle. Is the plastic safe? I believe so. They didn't have any other options for metal water bottles with straw lids, so this is like all we got. But it is a quality metal water bottle, and if you have your own like internal straws that you can replace the plastic one with a different version if you want of your own, that's a good option too. But the bottle itself is metal, so you're not getting plastics in the bottle, and it's easy to wash. And you can bring it on an airplane as long as you store it without any liquid in it first while you're in line. But I also wouldn't suggest going to the airport right now unless you have your water bottle, so that you can remind the ICE agents who are taking over for TSA to just fuck those guys. So that's not what we're talking about today. I just need to remind ICE agents to go fuck themselves because, and don't put it in the microwave. Don't be dumb.
Okay.
Don't do that. There are warning labels on things for a reason, microwaves specifically, because if you put CDs into them, don't ask me how I know this. Not my parents' microwave either, so mom and dad don't get upset with me because I did not do this in your microwave, and I am not claiming responsibility that I did ever do this in anybody's microwave. However,
Grounded.
knowing that CDs, oh no, it was my band teacher in school. We figured this out in our band teacher's office microwave. Is if you put CDs into the microwave, like
So
old
cool.
school CDs, they
Mhm.
do plasma arcs
Or-
between each other
Oh
when
my
they
god.
start going, and it's really, really cool. It's really cool to watch.
Yeah.
And it really
It
just
also
CD.
sets it destroys the CD, so don't do it with ones that are important. It also
Oh.
sets off nearby fire alarms because it creates a lot of smoke.
Yes.
And it makes the whatever room it's in rancid to high hell
we did
because
this.
that smell is awful.
We did it in high school a couple of times.
I may or may not have been nearby when these things happened in our high school.
But if you're gonna do it, please video.
Yeah, now that everybody has phones and cameras, if you're going to do it, videotape it so that we can see what it looks like. I would not suggest doing this in your own microwave unless you have like a throwaway microwave that you're getting ready
Let's do
to
it.
get rid of. If you've got one that you're getting ready to get rid of, bring it outside. You can try this at home, outside. I am not taking any responsibility for your dumbass if you do try it at home, though. Okay, all of y'all in the audience, disclaimer. I do not take responsibility for your dumbasses if you decide to do things at home. As an adult, you have your own consequences and actions if you decide to do this.
Okay,
But
I got the disclaimer up. It's
it.
CDs can fit into a microwave, and they do create fun things. I would also recommend putting Peeps in there for too long, or marshmallows, because they're fun too. You could put a magnet inside a Peep. I've never tried this, so I do not know what would happen. I don't know how bad it would be for the microwave.
This
if
is
you put a magnet
science,
inside.
right? This is all of
Science.
isn't this called Jackass?
No, this is called Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh, okay. This
This
Bill
is
Nye.
adult Bill
This is
Nye.
our Seattle Bill Nye guy. This isn't
Oh my God.
Jackass.
No, not Jackass. Anyway, have some creative fun. Like go make some elephant toothpaste or something. Like on a more serious note of this side of the discussion is like go do some weird science with your kids if you've got them. Or even with yourself. Like if you enjoy things that are
Blow up.
that explode that are not dangerous or harmful, if you do them in like a small scale and you're not going to make elephant toothpaste on like a pool size scale, because I've seen those videos and that is dangerous. But if you do it in like a small vial, you can have some fun and make some cool experiments and your kids will really enjoy them. You could ask me how I know that one.
I love
Anyway,
it.
'cause
I love
my
it.
kids enjoy
Is
that.
this like the Mentos? The Mentos and
Oh, and the
Coke
Coke?
is a fun one.
Yeah.
That's a fun one. Do the Mentos and Coke. Do it right there in your kitchen.
Does it work?
I
with-
take no responsibility if your kitchen gets destroyed because of bad
Go outside
and
with
you decide to use
Oh my
Mentos
God.
bottle.
Coke.
Is it only the mint
Okay.
Mentos or do the fruit ones work too?
You know,
It works better with
we'll
the
have to
mint
try
because of the menthol in it. It's
Ah.
really the menthol that it's responding to than anything. So
Okay.
Go
I
ahead.
haven't had Coke in a long time, but
we've derailed ourselves.
we're never
Well,
railed.
I haven't
mean,
either, probably because I put Mentos in it.
But you know what scares me about Coca-Cola is that it derusts things.
Yes.
Yeah, derust your inside.
Yes.
That's a good
Yeah.
thing, right?
Toilets.
It keeps the rust
Yeah.
out from your insides.
What is this
It
doing
does.
to my stomach? It's probably killing me, but
No, it's derusting you. It's keeping you healthy. It keeps your insides clean. It's a purifying
That
agent.
sugar keeps you going. What are you talking about?
well,
I
I
mean-
Coke Zero, so my brain is probably giving me cancer.
Well,
Everything else
cancer,
is
sugar, like, you know.
Well,
I drank Coke Zero for years, switched over to Sprite Zero.
Well, like the Sprite
But that's
Zero.
bad because of the
Now I'm just water.
chemicals. And
Yeah.
what's the
Straight
name?
water.
Splenda.
Yeah, Splenda. I
Something
don't
yucky.
Well, some things have Splenda, some things have stevia, some things have NutraSweet.
But it's super bad for you, like the false sugar.
Yeah. Everything
It's
is.
worse than sugar.
Let's talk about that. How
Everything
every
is.
single thing is.
I don't know if it's as
That's-
bad as our government, though. Geez.
okay,
Right.
Fiona, as a healthcare social worker, let's talk about this for a second. What are your thoughts on this?
Workers smoke cigarettes and drink way too much caffeine and drink too much at the end of the day because they're stressed.
I'm here for us.
You
Nick,
are.
I'll to chat with you before we do the karaoke to see if we can figure out how to do it with the lyrics and everything.
Oh, if we can get lyrics on the screen and stuff.
And the
Yeah.
music, yeah, because the problem to do it was that we were having to play on our own like TV and turn it up really loud for other people to hear it. So we would like to figure out how to get it in the video and not have feedback. So that's something we talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. We can absolutely talk about that. Okay. Here, I'm going to send another link for those who can reach this one. This should be the live stream that we are now back on live at. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. We're on Substack again. Hey, yo, what's up, all? Oh, it doesn't look like yours went through, Fiona, for this one, but that's okay.
Now, it should.
All right.
Did it work that time?
People,
It might. Let me refresh it. Yep, there we go. We're all back. Hey, all. We're
hi,
back.
all.
Sorry about that, everyone. The internet died. I don't know what happened on my side, but the internet died, and it said, "Nah, screw you. Reconnecting, but not reconnecting. We're not going to do this." But we wanted to come back because we were in the middle of the ending of our discussion there, and we wanted to ensure everybody gets a meditation today. We're going to be using a previous meditation that we've played before. However, it's worth replaying because they all are. And I promised a spot of poetry too about the chronic illness stuff and fibro. So I have to live up to that promise. So give me a second to get back to that as I find out my poetry. But Fiona, I think you were in the middle of saying something before we fell out. But I don't remember what we were exactly talking about.
You had asked me about, I guess, I think we were touching on like things that we consume, all the things that are bad for us that we consume.
Oh, yes.
My experience as a social worker. I was kind of alluding to my experience with that as a social worker is how many healthcare workers drink too much, how many nurses end up with alcohol abuse, the food, the meals that healthcare workers eat, doing 12-hour shifts, the amount of social workers and nurses that smoke cigarettes. It's just a lot, a lot of those kind of habits. And you'd be surprised for healthcare workers how terrible we are. We're pretty terrible with our
Well, I
own.
think it must be just so hard to deal with everything moment to moment that anything that seems to feel like it helps would feel like it helps.
Well, and we've spoken to our friend Descent in Bloom also, who is a healthcare worker, and she talks about how stressful and high pace it is. And we've talked to Jack, who's also a nurse, and like the environment lends itself to destructive behaviors on a personal level for those who are working, because it's a systemic problem. The system is built to overwork nurses and caretakers and others who are needed the most. And so it doesn't surprise me that those high stress jobs lead to high stress coping mechanisms, which tend to be fairly destructive in a lot of ways. It's like the military. Like we all drink and smoke in the military because everybody's fucking stressed out, and it's either that or like you feel like you're losing your mind.
I think when I saw
probably are
elevated, that feeling that of being elevated at the end of the day, sometimes the only way to get
nice. Oh, great.
Beth, are we having tech issues? Oh,
am I still here?
Froze on us.
Yeah, Fiona left.
I think Fiona got dropped on accident. Hopefully it's not me. Can you all still hear us? Smash the heart if you can still hear us. Hopefully we're still here. I know we lost Fiona for a moment.
Yes, we are still here.
Maybe we should do the
we're gonna switch over to our meditation for a moment. Well, Fiona's back, it looks like, maybe with us, but we're going to switch over to our meditation, and so
that's
everyone
fine. Connection, so you might want to just switch over to it, but I know so talk about the karaoke.
Yeah, we'll make sure we get to that. Is we'll do our meditation, I'll read a spot of poetry, and then we'll talk about the karaoke event that's coming up, and having some joy and some time for life on the Sick of This Shit Publications group of creators, and all the fun that we're doing. So let's move over to our meditation this morning, everyone. Good morning again to all of you coming back in. This is Sick of This Shit Publications. This is Chronically Illing Out. I'm Nick Paro, joined by Soso, Doc Steph, Beth Cruz, and our guest and wonderful new friend, Fiona Bridges, who is going to be coming back again because we've got more to discuss with her. We were talking about that on our not live that we were doing in the middle of all of this while we were figuring out how to get the tech back up. So let's have some meditation, everyone, as we go back to the beach and enjoy some nice, beautiful summer weather, and Caribbean style weather that is a little nicer than what we've got right now with our changing of the seasons. And then we'll be back. Thanks, y'all. See you on the other side.
Welcome to our beach calming meditation. Take a moment to get comfortable. Begin by taking a deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale out through your mouth. Take another deep breath in and exhale out. One more deep breath in and slowly exhale out. Imagine that you are present on this beach. Feel the warm, grains of soft sand under your feet and feel the warmth of the summer sun on your skin. Imagine the palm fronds swaying gently in the breeze. Perhaps you are sitting underneath the palms, enjoying the beautiful shade. Allow your breathing to become rhythmic as you listen to the waves lap onto the shore. You can almost smell the cleansing, salty air. Relax in this moment of calm. Be mindful of any tension in your body and release it. Let the ocean tide take all of your stress away. Unwind as the healing waters bring you calm and peace. Listen to the seagulls sing in flight and watch the sun glisten on the clear blue waters. As you move through your day and week, remember to bring yourself back to this moment by feeling the warmth of the sand on your feet and hear the sounds of waves gently rolling onto the shore.
And slowly but surely the screen comes back. I'm going to hide the QR code for a moment. That way we're all...
Can anyone tell me what I put in almost every single video meditation that nobody has said a word about?
Is it the crab?
No.
No,
I
perhaps
don't
not.
even know.
What have you hidden from us, Beth?
In most every meditation, there is a frog. And that frog is a shout out to two of my very close childhood friends from a story that I told. We might have been drinking, but that frog just brings me sunshine.
I love it. I love that. And so before we close out to our, well, not close out, before we introduce the upcoming special karaoke event that's happening, I want to read, so you alluded to it earlier, was I've talked about it, is I've written poetry. So I'm going to drop the link for it. This is actually chapter 1 of the poetry collection that I'm putting together. And I'm going to be reading one of the poems from here. There's quite a few in this one. This is a series of poems around chronic illness that is continuing to build and continuing to get larger over time. But I want to read one of the ones that maybe is a little more uplifting for the spring and for getting us moving and getting a start to this week, because it's going to be a week again. It always is. But this one, we're going to make sure as always, we start on the right foot for. So I'm going to read a poem called Chirps at Night, which is one of the middle poems in this series right now. And it's about chirping at night. It's about the sounds of the animals and the crickets and the bugs. And I was sitting outside late at night while listening to the animals, and this one just came to me. So Chirps at night. Sitting with the chirps at night, I drift free as those clouds so light. Lightly aloft in the sky so bright, hear those cricketing songs ignite, igniting into a chorus above, where I float on wisps and songs of love, loving the peace of mind it brings, with gentle songs becoming cricketing rings, ringing out clear to shift the wind, opening to twinkling pearls with which shine, shining down on a sea of grass, filling the night with waves of green. Greenery takes wing as the song renews. Echoes of stillness scatter and bounce to life. Lifelong songs blossom to create a call back, hearkening to a time when I drifted so still. Stillness is now a thing of the past, with wind picking up a breeze blowing so fast, faster as the cricketing crescendo grows, rocketing into a choir that everyone knows. Knowing their song will come to an end, with a leap off the clouds I begin to descend, descending straight down into a green of sea, caught on wings of chirps my mind set free, freely to float with those cricketing wings, finding a peace so rare, knowing the fortune it brings, echo bringing me down gently to soft clouds, refracting moonlight, shimmering my mind echoes with millions of cricketing chirps at night. And that was Chirps at Night.
Beautiful.
That was
I'm trying to
beautiful.
find the clap. Where's the clap? Can't find the clap.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Loved it.
Thanks.
Oh,
And now I'm going to
and
hand
your
it.
mom loved it.
Thanks, Mom. And so I want to, now that we've had a beautiful way to start the day with meditation and now poetry, is let's finish this off with a joyful announcement for song that's coming up. So Sosa, would you like, and Fiona, would you two like to take over for a moment and introduce the what's coming up here soon for y'all?
Yes, actually, for those of you who know and who don't, we have a show called Time for Life that we do every Wednesday on at 1 Eastern p.m. And Time for Life is basically we take a break from the doom and gloom and we try to talk about things that bring us joy. And every episode is different. So we have actually because well, as you might know, I like singing a lot, and I do karaoke sometimes on my stuff. And I've noticed the other day, Fiona was doing a karaoke event live, just like this. I think it was spontaneous. Fiona with two of your friends.
It was spontaneous. Like we planned it on another live where Elijah was singing, and somebody had mentioned that we should do karaoke, and like, yeah, let's do it. And he invited Mac and I to come on, and it was
And I have to tell you, Fiona has an amazing voice. I loved what she sang, and your friends were really good as well. So I thought, oh my gosh, that's it. I found like already like so it's gonna be on April 1st. Let me just recheck my agenda. It's April 1st, right? The Wednesday at night. We called it Time for Karaoke, and yeah, that's it. Be there. I don't know what else. Go ahead, Fiona. I don't know what else to ask. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just come hang out with us and sing along and dance because that's expected. Even though we can't see you, we expect it. Just let us.
That's awesome. I'm excited. And we will be streaming here on Sick of This Shit Publications for y'all to have a great karaoke event. And yes, there is a way that we can get at least the music onto the screen easily. We'll figure out how we can get the music and the karaoke on. We should be able to, depending on, well, we should be able to. We'll figure it out here. We'll talk in the background to make sure everything is ready and able to be run so that y'all can see the karaoke words on your screen with music playing through everything rather than you having to find it too. So we'll see what we can do. We're going to make some tech happen. And we're going to make it work because we can, and that's what we do. And as a final piece before we close out our day, is how do we support and find each other, and how do we promote the work that we're doing? And let's start with you, Fiona, on where can people find you and support what you're doing? How can they help you unabashedly, unashamed? Like, don't be shameful in any of this. Promote yourself and everything you're doing.
I am writing a book. I have 2 publications. I have one called Flying High in Appalachia, where I talk about my being in the South. I also talk a little bit of social work. Check me out. And then other publication, I'm writing a book called This Little Light of Mine. It is the purpose of the book is to shed light on things that are happening in Appalachia and
Awesome.
Everyone,
Oh,
go
follow and subscribe to Fiona because she's
Oh,
freaking
there
awesome.
she is.
She keeps coming in and out on us, but come subscribe to Fiona. She's awesome. No, don't apologize. You're amazing, and this has been awesome. Sorry.
Thank you. I just wanted to touch that the book is about the forgotten people. That's what I call them. The people that are often forgotten by society, the ones that are stuck in the hospital, who are being abused by their family. I want to shed light to those people. So that's what the book is about. It's very important to me. But it's a ghost story. It's spooky and it has it's also fun. So check that out too.
Wow.
Awesome. That sounds awesome. Thanks, Fiona.
That's
Thanks for
cool.
being with us today. This has been a lot of fun. And next, So.
Quickly, the first thing I'll say is thank you, Nick, because you've been such a great support for hosting us on first Chronically Healing Out. And then, like I said, Time for Life has been an experience so far. I love doing it. I'm so grateful that you published it under Sick of This Shit publication. And quickly, what I do is I also do karaoke. I take pictures and I like to create. But okay, I'm also feeling like a squirrel this morning. But don't miss this Wednesday coming up. We have Julie Elder and Lisa Joy. So we're going to discuss Joy on the Porch this Wednesday at 12 Eastern. So on Time for Life with Beth.
Awesome. Thanks.
I think so. We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see. We play it by ear every week, don't we?
Yeah. Every
How we do things
episode
here.
is different. So
Love it. Time for Life's also been a lot of fun. And I got to be on there last week, step in when your internet went out and hang out with KR Buyers, which was really cool. So come hang out on Wednesday for Time for Life. It's
I
always,
am so grateful for all of you.
I love it. And Steph, how about you, my friend?
So I host Freedom Over Fascism, where I write and do podcasts, videos, lives, talking with leaders and people who are fighting the MAGA murder regime and helping to give context to this moment. And I'm taking a couple weeks off, so I invite you to look at some of the previous ones, and I'm hopefully gonna come back from my little hiatus with some new and interesting things.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Excited to see what you come back with, Steph.
Oh, freedomoverfascism.us.
Thanks, Steph. Next,
Thank you.
our friend Beth Cruz.
Hi, everybody. I'm with Time for Life with So. No, I will not be singing, but I will be in listening. And I write, and I have been in and out lately of lives. I am going through a few things, but it's looking better. And please follow me on this journey.
Thanks, Beth.
Thanks.
And I'm glad glad you're hanging out with us. Glad you are still here and enjoying and came and had a great conversation today. Thanks I'm glad.
This is good.
I'm glad you're taking your time for life that you need to, and your time for yourself where you're needed.
Thank you.
And then finally, come support me here at Sick of the Shit Publications. That way we can make these happen more and we can continue building on these conversations, continue building on our discussions. Come support me as a paid or free subscriber. Paid really does help. We also have the Sick of This shop, which is shop.sickofthisshitpublications.com, which you can get all of your merch. If you want, you can tell people and remind them that they need to just suck less with your 32-ounce Just Suck Less water bottle. With the new design that is now available on the shop. And also, thanks everyone for being here with us. I have a really great episode of Palin Talk coming up here at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, where I'm going to be showing off a tool that I have been building this past week to do some automations and content distribution onto a secondary publication location
Oh, wow.
to help feed AI models with our knowledge as a piece of its knowledge. So at the top of the hour at 1 p.m. Eastern, come see me with Shane Urich and our guest Rachel from at This Woman Votes, who's going to be joining us for that discussion as well. And I'll be taking feedback and questions, and we'll be talking tech, no fascism there. But this has been another incredible start to our week. I know we had a little bit of issues on the last one. I'll splice those together as a full video for my release, so that we get all of this into one big video before I release it. So thanks everybody for being here with us. Thanks for coming back to being here with us.
Forget. I'm so sorry. I promised my friend Laura B. Writing in the Shadow and Becky Hayward that I would boost our shows. I'm sorry that I forgot. I put it in chat.
Oh, do it.
I'm so sorry. I have two.
Oh no, we lost her right as she was getting ready to say it. Fiona, are you still with us?
So sorry.
There she is.
We lost you right as you were saying about your show.
This last Sunday, we just had a new episode of The Disaster Lounge with Laura Writing in the Shadow. We just interview our friends and support their writing on here on Substack. We get them a little bit. We talk about everything from trauma to religion to everything. So, and then I have books with Becky Hayward once a month. It's usually around the 15th or whatever the middle of the month is, middle Sunday of the month, where we actually interview publishers that are on Substack and promoting their work on Substack. So actually had several really awesome guests. So check those out. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt closing, but I promised I would give a shout out to the shows.
I'm so glad you did. Thank you for shouting them out. Please go make sure you keep up on the work that Fiona's doing and her friends and her colleagues. That sounds like a lot of fun. We like creativity here. So go support Fiona, subscribe to her, because then you'll be able to keep up with her notifications and her lives and her whenever new things come out. So make sure you do subscribe to Fiona, and then come subscribe to the rest of us while you're at it to finish off your subscriptions. And thanks everybody for being here with us. Thanks for joining us on Sick of This Shit Publications for this week's Chronically Illing Out. Again, I'm Nick Paro, not your dad, joined by my friends Beth Cruz, Doc Steph, Soso, and Fiona Bridges for this week's Chronically Illing Out, because we're sick of this shit. We're tired of it. We're done being sick of it. And now we're doing this shit. So let's have a good week, everyone. Let's go take this week on, and we'll see y'all next Monday. Thanks, y'all.
Bye.